guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. Today I am building a house on the island of Windenburg and it's inspired by lighthouses. I was looking online at a bunch of pictures of houses that are sort of like renovated. They're a full-on house attached to a lighthouse but renovated and not really used for that purpose anymore. And I wanted to build something based on that idea. So that is what we're doing here today. It ends up having some fun colors to it. I, of course, take forever to get to those colors, but it ends up having like a reddish brick on the outside, a green roof, and like a separate area that is we're working on it right now. I have this separate room that's not quite attached. You have to walk outside to get into. That's sort of like a greenhouse slash sunroom, and on top of that there is this beautiful rounded balcony off the top floor, and it was just a lot of fun to experiment and come up with a fun shape for this house. So I hope you guys do like it. If you do, it will be available for download on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below, as well as the price of this lot, which is $75,119. I almost said 111. 119 simoleons. So it's not the cheapest, but it's something. Also, this ends up being a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and it's kind of got a weird floor plan. And what I mean by that is when you enter in on the top floor, you're sort of on the bottom floor, you're sort of in a mudroom, and you go upstairs to get to the living space, or you can stay on the main floor to get to the bedrooms. So it's kind of upside down, but that's just kind of how it worked out, and I thought it made it more of an interesting space anyway. So I hope you guys do enjoy that because it's a little bit different than my typical builds. And right here, we are still working on the outside. I end up getting this beautiful covering over on the balcony, figuring out some windows, and having some ivy growing up the tower, which I really, really enjoyed. And here we are discovering the green roof, and I just couldn't go back after I found the green roof. It was so perfect. Also grabbing a door from university, and I used a lot of university windows on this. Although the windows that are going up the tower are from Strangerville, the other windows on this I think are all from university, except for the ones in the greenhouse area. Those are from Laundry Day. But working with Show Live Edit Objects right now to try and blend this area into the surrounding space on the island of Windenburg. So I'm grabbing a lot of debugged rocks and plants and all the things I see around the lot and trying to kind of blend it in. I also decided because of the roof over here, I wanted to extend this area out slightly, which made it so this side had a little bit more of an interesting shape. We have some little pieces we're adding here to hold it up. And I just think it adds to the quirkiness of this build. It's very different than a lot of the things I have done in the past, and that just makes it so much more fun. I love experimenting with builds. Like occasionally I will build, you know, your traditional like suburban house, but typically I like to experiment and do a lot of different things. Although a lot of those times they are tiny houses because I do really like tiny houses, but that's not what we're doing here today. I am, playing around with this. I guess I don't know what style I would even consider this to be. If you have any ideas, do let me know. But we're working on the backyard right now, and I do have a swing set back here, and of course lots of landscaping as well. I did fence it in. I wanted there to be a little bit of a livable space here because I was imagining this was a family home that had one kid. I think that's what, yeah, I accounted for one kid / teenager, and I thought having a swing set out back would be nice. Honestly, that could be for anybody. Like adults could enjoy swinging. I love swing sets. I haven't been on one in forever, but I kind of miss it. I kind of like maybe after COVID's over. Although at this point, I don't know if it's ever going to be over, but you know what I mean. Once things are a little bit safer, I would love to go to a park and swing. That sounds lovely. Anyway, you can kind of see the floor plan coming to shape here now. At the top of the steps, once you enter, there's going to be the dining space, which is you're directly into from the stairs, and then off to the side is going to be a kitchen / living room combined space, which we're working on now. And I adore how this space came out. I am using the countertops that came with the country kitchen kit. I think they worked perfectly in here, and then I played around with a couple of different upper cabinets, but we ended up going with these ones in the end, which are from Parenthood. I thought they matched relatively well. And then we're playing around with colors as well in here. I tried some reds, I tried some blues, But we end up landing on a green, which you will see here momentarily. And the rest of this place just has a strong green color scheme. Once I discovered this, I just thought it looked so nice. Also, the view out the window of like the beach and like you're on an island here. It's just absolutely stunning, and I love building in this area, and I'm very happy with how this build did come out. So yeah, also adding this little lighthouse figure from Cats and Dogs. Also adding, I will be where I put that vine. I put that there and then I didn't like it. I will get rid of it in a moment. Or the stick with all the herbs on it. I'll also be grabbing a picture that is of a lighthouse and putting it up there as well. I feel like the Cats and Dogs stuff worked really nicely for this because the world of Brindleton Bay, which comes with Cats and Dogs, has an island with a lighthouse on it. However, since I'd already had a lighthouse, I didn't want to build a lighthouse there, so we went to the island in Windenburg to build a lighthouse, but then we could use all the lighthouse stuff from Cats and Dogs. Really long-winded, but that's kind of why I decided to do what I did. And then the kitchen space is pretty much done there. You can see we have a green wall, lots of green accents. And for the living space, it's very small, but I decided to go with this really cozy couch that came with the Paranormal Stuff Pack. Honestly, quickly became my like favorite couch in the game. It's so nice with all the pillows and the blankets, and it's just very simple, especially in this color. It's just the white one. I quite like it. And we have a green rug and matching curtains, a small television, and I think we're going to be grabbing a comfy chair to put in the corner as well. And then just some paintings on the wall. It's a very small, cozy space, but I think it works for what the idea of this build was and, you know, where it is and all of that. So yeah, just getting a plant in the corner. I don't end up using that one because I also wanted to get a grandfather clock over here, particularly in the green swatch. So we're going to be grabbing that here now, and I just think it came out really cute. I discovered like a few months ago now the green swatch of that grandfather clock, and it's my favorite. I want to use it all the time, but I feel like it's difficult to figure out a build that a grandfather clock makes sense because, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe you guys have a different experience, but I feel like I don't see them in houses very often. My grandmother has a kind of like a half-size one that hangs on the wall, but she's the only person I've ever met that has anything even remotely similar to a grandfather clock, so let me know. Do you have a grandfather clock? Do you know somebody that has one? Have you seen one in person before? Is it common for you? I have no idea. That's why I don't use them very often in builds, just because I don't see them very often. But this is the dining space coming together very quickly here. We have lots of planters, just a cute table. We're using those chairs from Cats and Dogs because I used the matching bar stools in the kitchen. So I wanted to have it be cohesive like that. And also adding a feeder over here for a cat or a dog. I think I was imagining a cat lived here. Did I add a litter box? Maybe I was imagining a dog lived here. I don't remember what I added. I know I added the food bowl. So at the very least, that's enough for a dog. I know I wanted pets, but I don't remember what I added to this. So there might be a litter box somewhere. There might not be. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, this is one of the bathrooms. I believe this is the upstairs one right off the kitchen space. Yeah. And it has a shower and everything you would need in it as well. I don't think either of them have a tub. No, neither of them have a tub because you're going to see when we get downstairs why. I will explain that when we get there. But this is the upstairs balcony. We just have like a nice table and barbecue. This would be a nice space to eat outside. I thought having it directly off of the dining space would be perfect. And then we're outside again working on the yard. I wanted to have like a little patch of a place to sit, but also fixing up the terrain paint because I built this over the course of a couple of days, and when I came back, my terrain paint is gone. That's a glitch that's been known in The Sims 4 for a while, and it hasn't been fixed, so that's what that was. I believe I add some like bug boxes over here as well. We have our trash cans outside, and we're going to be adding, I think, a bench on the back porch. Plus, I thought the mailbox that made the most sense was the one mounted on the wall. Mailboxes just always look out of place to me in The Sims. I don't know why. But this is the greenhouse area or the like sunroom I had mentioned. It just has a couple of planters as well as a chess table and some more plants. And then this is the upstairs or the downstairs bathroom. Downstairs bathroom. This is going to be the one by the bedrooms. And the reason I say it doesn't have a tub, even though you can clearly see there's a tub on screen right now, is for some reason I went into the bedroom and put all the bathroom furniture. So it's not going to look like this. You're going to see all of a sudden I start moving this all over to the room next to it because this is supposed to be a bedroom. And I made a mistake. I wasn't thinking. And so in a little while, you'll see me fixing that up. But first, we're adding a clothesline outside and working on the entry, like mudroom space. Just having a couple of seating spaces in here. Nothing too exciting, honestly. You could probably renovate this room and turn it into all sorts of different things. It'd be good for scale building, probably. But because of the weird floor plan I had where all the living space is upstairs, but you enter on the first floor, it just ended up being a small seating area with like a coat rack and stuff. Nothing too exciting, but I think it came out cute nonetheless, especially with all the green accents. I just really like it. And I don't have the opportunity very often to use that set from Laundry Day. But here I am moving all of the furniture over because I realized that I made an oopsie and put the bathroom in the bedroom. And because I moved it over, there wasn't really a good layout to use for the tub that I put in there originally. We could have made it work, but I wouldn't have liked it as much. So I decided to go with a shower in the end. And then we're actually decorating this room the way it's supposed to be decorated now, which is as a kid's bedroom. That's what I had intended for this space. And I love the color scheme I went with in here. I was really inspired by the rug that we have on the floor, which is from Fitness Stuff. It has like the pinks and the yellows, and I thought that they looked really nice together. But we're into the main or the master bedroom now. Of course, bringing that green color scheme in here as it was pretty prominent throughout the rest of the house, and this is the main bedroom. However, I do lighten it up in a little bit to a lighter green and try and make it a little bit cozier and more peaceful in here. So you can see that happening now. We swapped out the bed. We have like a more of a, I don't know, pastel green in here. And I tried a ton of different rugs because I thought bringing out the orange from the bed would be nice. And I finally found one that I thought worked nicely, and then just getting a dresser and stuff in here. And that's pretty much it. Getting this seating space outside like I had mentioned earlier, and a couple more decorations, and then we're going to be heading on into screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Bye everybody.